Welcome back to Dr. Anil's Botany. We are meeting each other after a long interval. Today I am inviting you to explore the fascinating world of taxonomy. Make sure to subscribe my channel. We will be meeting each other with more taxonomic lessons. Okay, let's start today's class. Taxonomy. Who coined the term taxonomy? The term taxonomy was first coined by A.P.D. Condor, who is the father of taxonomy. Carl Linnaeus is regarded as the father of taxonomy. What he meant by taxonomy? Taxonomy includes identification, nomenclature, and classification of organisms. However, the term systematics and taxonomy have been considered as synonyms by some scientists. Systematics is defined as the scientific study of kinds and diversity of all organisms and the relationship among themselves. Systematics is broader than taxonomy. The systematics includes taxonomy, classification, nomenclature, and identification. Right? As you know, there are different types of classifications. There are different types of classifications. The first one is artificial system, second one is phylogenetic system, and third one is natural system. What is artificial system of classification? In this type of classification, plants and animals are classified on the basis of one or a few important characters. Theophrastus, the father of botany, classified the plants according to their habit. Whether it is tree, shrub, herb, or lianas, only few characters are taken into account. Carl Linnaeus also classified the plants according to their fused and free nature of stamens and number of carpels, and this system is otherwise called sexual system of classification. So only few characters are taken into account. That is artificial system of classification. Artificial system of classification was proposed by Theophrastus as well as Linnaeus. Then phylogenetic system of classification. What is phylogenetic system of classification? Classification. This system was proposed by Adolf Engler and Carl A. Prandtl. In this system of classification, the plants and animals are classified according to their evolutionary sequences. Nowadays, it is very difficult to construct a phylogenetic system of classification. And most widely accepted classification is the natural system of classification. Who proposed the natural system of classification? The natural system of classification was proposed by George Bentham and Joseph Dalton Hooker. This system was presented by two eminent botanists and was published as 3-volumed work in Latin with the title Genera Plantarum. George Bentham, before taking up the classification work, has published the world monograph of the families Labiatae, now it is called the Lamiaceae, Polymoniaceae, Scrophulariaceae, Ericaceae, and Polygonaceae. He also published the Flora of Australia in 7 volumes. Sir Joseph Dalton Hooker was a plant explorer and plant geographer. He was the director of the prestigious Kew Gardens, Royal Botanic Garden Kew at London. He published the entire flora of India before taking up his new assignment. They were agreed to produce jointly a classification, and it was a natural system. It reflected the situation of the various morphological characters of the taxa, as it is believed to the existing nature and utilized all the available information at that time. About 2/3 of the work was done by Bentham and the rest by Hooker. It was a tremendous task required for a period of 25 years of concentrated efforts. The genera Plantarum was accepted from the beginning throughout the British Empire, especially England, India, Canada, Australia, and also in the United States. It was adopted to a lesser extent in some continental countries except France and Germany. It is interesting to note that the publications of Darwin's theory of evolution and origin of species coincided with the time of production of volume of Bentham and Hooker's genera Plantarum. In fact, Hooker wanted to make a complete reorganization of classification on the basis of evolutionary theory, but it was opposed and rejected by Bentham, who did not accept Darwin's work in the beginning, even though he accepted the same after a decade. The genera Plantarum was taken into consideration all the seeded plants, including gymnosperms, spermatophyta. The total number of species worked by Bentham and Hooker was 97,205 species, coming under 202 families. This system is a modification and refinement of a system given by DeControl and Lilly, which is again based directly on the system given by DeGesso. How they classified? So Bentham and Hooker classified around 97,205 species, coming under 202 families. So among 202 families, 199 come under Angiosperm and 3 families come under Gymnosperm. So they have classified all these spermatophyta or seeded plants or phanerogamy. Phanerogamy, seeded plants, is divided. That divided into Angiosperm and Gymnosperm. That is why it is called spermatophyta. Spermatophyta is classified. Okay. Then they classified dicotyledonate. So Angiosperm is divided into dicotyledonate and monocotyledonate. In between they have placed gymnosperm. That is one of the demerits of Bentham and Hooker's system classification. Okay, in this dicotyledonate, they have 3 subclasses: polypetalae, gammopetalae, and monoclamidae. In polypetalae, 84 families, 2,610 genera, and 31,874 species. In gammopetalae, they have identified 45 families, 2,690 genera, 34,556 species. Monoclamidae have 36 families, 801 genera, and 11,784 species. Gymnosperms only 3 families. You might be knowing Psychodopsida, Coniferopsida, and Nitopsida, and 44 genera and 415 species. Then monocotyledons. There is no subclass. Only series is there. Only 34 families, 1,495 genera, and 18,516 species. A total of 202 families and 97,205 species they have classified. Okay. So I am giving you a diagrammatic representation of Bentham and Hooker's system of classification. It is very easy to follow. Those who want to do the research work also follow this diagrammatic representation. So phanerogams, I have already told you, phanerogams or seeded plants is divided into dicotyledons, gymnosperms, and monocotyledons. Otherwise, dicotyledonate, gymnosperm, and monocotyledonate. That is the class. The class dicotyledonate or dicot is divided into subclass. Subclass Polypetalae, Gamopetalae, and Monoclamidae. Subclass Polypetalae, Gamopetalae, and Monoclamidae. And Polypetalae have three series. Polypetalae have three series. What are they? Thalamiflorae, Disciflorae, and Caliciflorae. Thalamiflorae. Thalamus is very prominent. This Thalamiflorae have six cohort or order. That is Ranales, Parietales, Polygaleales, Caryophyllales, Guttiferails, and Malveils. So, the Thalamiflorae series have six order or cohort, and Ranales having so many families. Some of the families, I have given some of the family so that you can easily remember that Ranales, Ranunculaceae, Magnoliaceae, Anonaceae, Menispermaceae, Nymphaeaceae, that come under Ranales. Parietales, parietal placentation, Parietales, Cruciferae. Now it is called Cruciaceae, Brassicaceae, Cruciferae, Brassicaceae, Caparaceae, Parietales. Then Polygaleales, Polygalaceae, Caryophyllales, Caryophyllaceae, Portulacaceae, Guttiferails, Guttiferae, Dipterocarpaceae, Malveils. Marveils in this order have so many families like Sterculiaceae, Teliaceae, Malvaceae. Series Disciflorae. So you can see a distinct disc just above the thalamus and the base of pistil or gynoecium. This Disciflorae have four order or cohort. And here there is a rule is there that I will discuss in the next video. When you write order or cohort that ends with the suffix ales, Ranales, Parietales, Polygaleales, ales, that suffix, that means that is the cohort or order. Then if you write family should have ACE suffix. Ranunculaceae, Magnoliaceae, Anonaceae, ACE suffix is there. So that is the rule. That is why Cruciferae is not correct. That is why it is called now it is a legitimate name is there. I tell you later. Then Disciflorae. Disciflorae have four order or cohort. Geraniales, Olacales, Celastrales, Sapindales, Geraniales. So Geraniales have Geraniaceae, Tropiolaceae. See, Geraniaceae, Geraniales, Oxalidaceae. Then Rutaceae, Cymarubaceae, Meliaceae, Olacales. UG and PG, there is no family for in your syllabus. So Olacales order is there. Celastrales, Rhamnaceae, Celastraceae, Vitaceae, Sapindales, Sapindaceae, Anacardiaceae. So there are, you can see a distinct disc. That is why it is called Disciflorae. Then coming to the third series is Caliciflorae. Caliciflorae have five cohort or order. That is Rosales, Myrtales, Passiflorales, Ficoidales, then Umbellales. Rosales, Leguminosae. Otherwise, now it is called Fabaceae. Myrtales, Rhizophoraceae, Myrtaceae, Lythraceae, Melastomaceae, Combretaceae, Onagraceae. These are all examples of family come under Myrtales. Passifloraceae, Cucurbitaceae, Phycoidales, Isoaceae, Umbellales, Umbelliferae. Now it is called Apiaceae. So family should always ends with the suffix acae. That is the rule. Apiaceae, Araliaceae. So class dicot is divided into subclass Polypetalae, Gamopetalae and Monoclamidae. Polypetalae, petals free and the stamens not attached with the petals. Epipetalous condition is totally absent. That is why it is called polypetalous, petals free. Poly means free petals. These polypetalae have three series: the Thalamiflorae, Disciflorae, Caliciflorae. Thalamiflorae have 6 cohort or order. What are they? Ranales, Paraitales, Polygallales, Caryophyllales, Guttifrales and Malvails. The Disciflorae, Geraniales, Olacales, Celastrales and Sapindales. Caliciflorae, Rosales, Myrtales, Passiflorales, Phycoidales, Umbellales. So that is the subclass Polypetalae. Now subclass Gamopetalae. The subclass Gamopetalae have 3 series. That is series Inferae, Heteromerae and Bicarpellatae. Series Inferae, inferior ovary, Inferae. So series Inferae have rubiales, asterales and campanales. Rubiales, asterales and campanales. Rubiales, family Rubiaceae. Asterales, family Asteraceae. Campanales, example Campanulaceae. Heteromerae, Ericales, Primulales and Ebenales. 3 series, 3 cohort. Heteromerae have 3 cohort or order, that is Ericales, Primulales and Ebenales. Ericaceae, Plumbaginaceae, Primulales, Plumbaginaceae, Mercinaceae, Ebenales, Sapotaceae, Ebenaceae. Then Bicarpellatae, carpels to Bicarpellatae have 4 order, that is Gentianales, Oleaceae, Gentianaceae, Apocynaceae, Asclepiadaceae. These are all the family come under Gentianales. Polymoniales, Burraginaceae, Convolvulaceae, Solanaceae, Personales, Scrofulariaceae, Bignoniaceae. Then Lamiales, Pedaliaceae, Acanthaceae, Lamiaceae, Verbanaceae. Those are the family come under Lamiales. That is the subclass Gamopetalae. Gamopetalae means petals fused and the stamens always attached with the petals, or epipetalous condition is there. Epipetalous condition plus the petals fused. Gamo means fused. Petalae, petals. Gamopetalae, fused petals with the epipetalous condition, majority cases. Then Monoclamidae, either sepals or petals are present. Sometimes we cannot differentiate petals and sepals. We call it as perianthulose, otherwise called tepals. Monoclamidae, only one word is there. That is why it is called Monoclamidae. Monoclamidae have a series, but there is no cohort. Monoclamidae have Carvembriae, multi-ovulate aquaticae, multi-ovulate terrestris, microembryae, Daphnails, Achlamidosporiae, unisexuals, and some orders are anomalous in nature, that is come under Ordain's anomaly. So in Monoclamidae, only one word is there. So we cannot differentiate sepals or petals. That condition we call it as perianthulopes, otherwise called tepals. So Monoclamidae have 7 or 8 series, there is no cohort. It's Carvembriae, multi-ovulate aquaticae, multi-ovulate terrestris, microembryae, daphnails, eclamidosporiae, unisexuals, and Ordain's anomaly. Carvembriae, Nyctaginaceae, Amaranthinaceae, you can see a embryo, a carved embryo is there. Multi-ovulate aquaticae, Podostomaceae. Podostomaceae is an aquatic plant. Aquatic angiosperm. Podostemon, Willicia are examples of this plant. You can see these plants in Silent Valley, Valibarathot. There you can collect a Willicia, nowhere else in the world. Say multi-ovulated terrestris, Nepenthaceae, Aristolochiaceae. These are all the examples of family come under multi-ovulated terrestris. Microembryae, example Piperaceae, Myristicaceae, daphnails, Lauraceae, Eleaginaceae. These are the families come under daphnails. I will give you some examples. Eclamidosporiae, Loranthaceae, Sandalaceae, unisexuals, Articaceae, Euphorbiaceae, Casuarinaceae. These are the families come under unisexuals. So we cannot include some plants, whether it is Gamopetalae or Polypetalae or Monoclamidae. So such a group of plants, they have placed ordained anomaly. So dicot, class dicot is divided into subclass Polypetalae, Gamopetalae and Monoclamidae. Subclass Polypetalae have series Thalamiflorae, Disciflorae and Caliciflorae. Gamopetalae have three series Inferae, Heteromerae and Bicarpellate. Monoclamidae have 8 series Carvembriae, multi-ovulate aquaticae, multi-ovulate terrestris, microembryae, daphnails, Eclamidosporiae, unisexuals and Ordained anomalies. Then coming to monocotyledon. Gymnosperm, there is no need for studying gymnosperms here. So gymnosperm is, they have placed gymnosperm in between dicot and monocot. So in monocot, only series, there is no cohort. There are 7 series: Microspermae, Epigynae, Coronariae, Calicinae, Nudiflorae, Apocarpae and Glumiflorae. See, monocot or monocotyledons, only one cotyledon is there. These monocots have 7 series and there is no cohort or order in this group. The 7 series are Microspermae. Some of the families, Hydrocaritaceae, Orchidaceae. Orchidaceae come under Microspermae. Epigynae, Amylidaceae, Cytaminae come under this series. Coronariae, Liliaceae, Commelinaceae, Calicinae, Aracaceae come under this Calicinae. Nudiflorae, Araceae. Araceae come under Nudiflorae. Apocarpae, Alismaceae, Naiadaceae come under Apocarpae. Eriocolaceae, Cyperaceae come under Glumiflorae. This is the basic classification and most widely accepted classification proposed by George Bentham and Joseph Dalton Hooker. So what are the merits and demerits of Bentham and Hooker's system of classification? Let's see. What are the merits and demerits of Bentham and Hooker's system of classification? First, we can see the merits of classification. One of the most valuable contribution of this work is the description of the taxa at all levels. According to Bentham, descriptions in the flora are drawn up from the actual examination of the specimen. Nothing in my work is merely copied, except in a very few cases where the material at my disposal was insufficient and where I have specially referred to my authority. All subsequent classifications were based on literature because the descriptions were based on direct observation by the authors. They became models of accuracy. This system is a masterpiece work on systematic botany. Bentham and Hooker's system is widely used throughout the world. The placing of ranales at the beginning of the system is very reasonable, and also placing of dicot before monocot is also accepted by all the modern taxonomists. That is the merits of Bentham and Hooker's system of classification. Could you follow me? Okay. Then, what are the demerits of this classification? As far as myself is concerned, there is no demerits at that century, solely merits. Even though some demerits is also there. They have noticed, some scientists, modern taxonomists, notice this, some demerits. What are the demerits of Bentham and Hooker's system of classification? Gymnosperms are the most primitive group of plant than angiosperm, and placing it in between dicots and monocots is a serious error. That we have already discussed. They have placed gymnosperms in between dicots and monocots. That is one of the demerits. The introduction of monoclamidiae is another drawback, since this group contains most advanced and primitive family. See, Polypetalae, subclass Polypetalae is divided into Polypetalae, Gamopetalae, subclass dicot, subclass dicotyledons is classified into subclass Polypetalae, Gamopetalae and Monoclamidae. This subclass Monoclamidae is introduction of Monoclamidae is another drawback, since this group contains most advanced and primitive family. Among the monocot, Orchidaceae is placed in the beginning with all its advanced characters, and all other systematics placing the family at the end of monocots. Okay. The subdivisions of the monocot is based on the position of ovary and the character of perianth. This may result in the anomalous situation for many families like Liliaceae, Amaryllidaceae, Iridaceae, Dioscoriaceae, etc. Even though all these families are closely related, they are put under different series. There is no uniformity in the division of higher group. Example, Polypetalae, Gamopetalae are divided into series, cohort and families, whereas Monoclamidae and monocots, series and families are available but no cohorts. So that is another demerits of Bentham. A few species are not having any position. They are put as anomalous families or anomalous order after Gamopetalae and Monoclamidae. This is the demerits of Bentham and Hooker's system of classification. So this much about today's class. Thank you very much.